Welcome in. Welcome back to Beach and Ball. It's feast week.
Yeah, we got all the fixins for you too. We got some great games to recap, fill your bellies up, and I hope you're ready for seconds because we got more games coming up.
Usually not the best thing probably to have seconds right when you're about to go on the beach, but
Yeah.
but we're here for it though. So back in, I'm Ryan,
I'm Lucas.
and we are about to dive back into week 3 of the Big West. We haven't gone away yet, despite our best effort.
Yeah, we still got more basketball to play, more points to talk about.
So I guess should we dive straight in to the past week in the best conference?
Yeah, which game do you want to talk about first?
Story one that I had is the one that is the story of the conference. Long Beach State.
Go Beach.
Go Beach. They take down Michigan 94-86.
That's crazy. That's a really high scoring game too.
It's the best kind of game to have, especially if you're going to beat a Big Ten team.
Right. So what's funny is Long Beach goes in and beats Michigan, and everyone's happy and everyone's cheering for them. And then they drop the very next game to Illinois State.
But you know what? We're on positives right now, brother.
True, we are. Actually, so Long Beach State hasn't won or lost consecutive games at all this season. They every game they've won, they've lost right after, and every game they've lost, they've won right after. So they beat Michigan, lose to Illinois State. That's fine. We'll take the win over Michigan, but in their next game, expect a win because they're on that trend.
Who do we got?
Oh, it's not a team like Michigan. It's probably one of the teams that they've been playing that no one's ever heard of, like UC Irvine played the Occidental Tigers. I'd never heard of that place before, but it's another gimme game. But they're on that upswing, and hopefully they quit being a yo-yo team and stay in the win column.
Yeah, Long Beach State definitely was the darling of the media this past week. Big West Player of the Week, Marcus Johannes.
Nice.
35 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks in their win over the Wolverines.
Yeah, 35 points. Wow, that's the highest number I've seen this year.
You don't see a lot of that in college games.
No. Are there guys at Duke and UK and North Carolina scoring 35 points?
I doubt it. They're probably the only ones doing it if they are.
I don't think so.
A couple other guys that I put out there. Lacina Traore, 12 points, 10 rebounds, assist, and a steal. Good double-double to see in a big win. And the other one I included is Abu Bakar Traore, which is a great name, first of all.
Yeah.
15 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, 4 steals, and 4 blocks. So the beach is active.
Yes. Yep. We're taking down the red flags. The beach is open.
But yeah, we're flying around the beach in those planes that have the giant message scrawled on the back.
Yeah. They got the purple flags up because I just learned that I think just a few years ago they changed their mascot to a shark named LB, like for LB Long Beach.
I like that.
Yeah, I love it. I love LB the shark. He's my favorite now. Well, he's in a list of other favorites because the Peter the Anteater is up there too. That you just can't beat that name.
Excuse me, Mr. Gouch.
Yeah.
Ole, no. I believe his name was.
Ole. Yeah, that's what I love about the Big West. They have such fun mascots. They all have cool names. It's Ole the Gaucho, Peter the Anteater, and now LB the shark patrolling the beach. So hang those purple flags, baby.
Shout out to us. We're anointing ourselves basically the sickos of the Big West.
Yeah.
So the other note I had on this game is they outshot Michigan, which is usually the key for an upset.
Yeah.
Even better at the free throw line, which is that's where the money is made.
Right. You got to make them free. You can't pay for those free throws. Marcus Sahanis, he shot 63%.
It's okay, I guess.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Any other notes that you had on this?
No, other than them being a yo-yo team, hopefully they can stay up in the win column. A big win against Michigan, the second upset of the year for the Big West, following that upset over Southern California, which is awesome. Hopefully, we get more here in the non-conference schedule before we go to conference play, and then we'll get to see what kind of upsets happen there. But we're starting to see a lot of separation of skill, man. We luckily UC Santa Barbara got their first win, so we have no more winless teams.
Yeah, we're not going to go. We don't have anyone who's defeated,
right?
Instead of just undefeated,
right? So everyone's invited to the table for Thanksgiving, even though some teams are still sitting at the kids' table. At least everybody's eating.
And at Long Beach State, a win like that usually is a good sign, especially if you want to finish in the upper half of the conference.
Yes.
Especially in a conference like this, that can be particularly important.
Yes, exactly.
Do we want to go into story number 2 that I have?
Yeah, what'd you get?
We still can't beat Portland.
No,
we stink.
I wish it wasn't so. We've had, at this rate, like what, 4 or 5 chances to beat a Portland school, either with Portland or Portland State. Cal Poly couldn't do it. At this point, I can't even keep track of who's losing to them because we all are.
Speaking of that, Cal Poly lost 73-57.
Yeah.
So only a 14-point game, but it looks like I don't know. Those numbers make it just look way worse than it actually is.
Yeah.
We're shooting 37% from the field in that game. Not ideal. Not ideal if you want to win. Kobe Sanders, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He's the leader of that team. I think he's probably the best player on that team right now,
right?
At least from what I've seen. And Quentin Jones, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Portland State moves to 5-0.
They're good.
Yeah, Portland State could be good.
Yeah, coming up, actually, we have let me get back on the date. Yeah, so next Tuesday, we have it's next Tuesday after Feast Week. We have Portland versus Portland State. Now, I know that's out of our scope of knowledge because they're outside of the Big West, and I get it. But that's one of those games where I don't wish harm on any players. I hope nobody has fun. Somebody has to win, and I hate that, but I hope nobody has fun.
Yeah, no fun allowed. I believe this game was at the Lancer Joust.
Yeah, Lancer Joust was not kind to Cal Poly either. They did get that win over St. Thomas by 1 point, so that was a pretty neat win for them. But then they kept getting jousted after that.
Yeah, the other note that I had, and this is probably the only one that's like this that I might do all year. So the Lancer Joust was held in a 5,000 seat arena. The announced attendance was only 193.
Jeez. There's no scalpers for that game. They're out there giving away tickets for free.
How do you only get 190 people to show up to a basketball game?
Yeah, this goes out to anybody who sponsors the Lancer Joust. If you let me and Ryan have like press credentials and free tickets to the Lancer Joust, me and Ryan will personally make sure that there's more than 193 people in that arena with paid tickets.
I'll fly. I'll fly wherever the Lancer Joust is.
Yeah, I think it was in like St. Thomas, or it was somewhere in Minnesota, I think, because St. Thomas is in.
Oh, really?
I believe it's in one of the Twin Cities, not Minneapolis, St. Paul. I think it's in St. Paul.
Oh, okay. That's more than I would have guessed. St. Tom's a hockey school, yes. I would imagine.
Yes.
Of course they are. Which also would make sense if they're in the middle of Minnesota.
Yeah, I believe their school's right down the street, maybe a mile or 2 away from Excel Energy Arena where the Wild play, if I'm correct.
Oh, okay. How about that? Did you have any stories that you wanted to look at?
Yes, let me pull that up. Okay. So, UC Irvine played against the Occidental Tigers like we talked about. They scored over 100 points.
That is good. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, it was and actually, so I learned that last year they also beat a team and they scored over 100 points in that game against like Life Pacific or something like that. But so they're consistently at least once a year racking up these 100-point games, which is great. It lets me know that they're able to score. They're hanging out with the big dogs. What's really funny, so earlier I talked about how Long Beach is a yo-yo team. We've got some yo-yo players on Irvine.
Lay it on me.
Yeah, Andre Henry is one of their starters. He has amazing games, mid 20 points, lots of minutes, but only against teams that aren't very good. So he has like 20 something. He probably has 25, 27 points against Occidental and against USC or Irvine beat USC. Against USC, he had 2 points. And then
not ideal.
Against New Mexico State, he's got 19 points. And then against San Jose State, which is the only other team to beat them, other than Portland State and now in San Jose State and now Southern Illinois, I'm thinking of Long Beach. But one of the only teams to beat them this year, he had like 5 points. So he's a yo-yo player. He only shows up when they're playing down teams, which is normal. We expect that. But then they've got their big guy, Bent Lupton, who's the opposite. Lupton. Yeah, no, against Occidental. I mean, I can't hold it against him because he got injured. He only played 2 minutes, so we could probably have expected a big game.
Yeah, I think we can rule that out.
But in the other lower tier games, he's had minimal points. But against USC or against San Jose State, the one of the teams to beat them, he was up there in the 20s in points. So he's kind of the opposite. He is a yo-yo, but he actually shows up in the big games, which is what we want.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to see. UC Irvine is also about to enter into one of our other favorite tournaments, the Ball Dogs.
Ball Dogs.
Ball Dogs. Where that also feature Pepperdine, Toledo, and Rice.
Yep.
Quite the collection of teams they grabbed there.
Yeah, Pepperdine's good too. The only team they've lost to so far is UC Davis. They're 4-1 right now. So I expect. So Bent Lupton got injured and he only played 2 minutes of that last game. But I can't find anything on an injury report that says it's long lasting. So hopefully he's back on the floor. And since Pepperdine's a good team, hopefully the injury doesn't keep him down. If he's back on the floor, expect a really big game from Bent Lupton.
I would have to agree with that, since I feel he'll be one of the big men in the middle.
Yep.
Did you have any other things that you wanted to get to right off the bat?
No. I think my last weird stat was about Caleb Higgins. He's been
Lay it on me.
He's been our points guy. Last 2 games, he's only mustered up 13 points per game. Not bad, not great. He's still one of the team leaders in points, so we'll still pat him on the back, but he only shot 25% from the floor against Sacramento State when he had been shooting in the upper 40s, lower 50s. So hopefully he's not entering a shooting slump. Hopefully he can start locking and loading and putting the ball in the hoop more.
Well, knowing at least what he's capable of, he's probably going to be able to shoot out of it.
Yep.
Which is, what big point scorers do. So I guess might as well go standings update. The top of the conference, what we have right now, UC San Diego leading the way at 4-0. Hawaii at 2-0, and then we have Northridge, Davis, and Irvine all at 3-1.
Nice.
So I would say that's the top half of the conference right now. Unless we can get some changes in there, especially if Santa Barbara turns things around.
Yep.
And then we also have one gambling update. Our first round of picks is done now. Right now I'm 2-0 and you are 1-1.
1-1. I know for a fact from last week I'm already like 1-1 too, because I called Long Beach over Illinois State and that didn't turn out for me.
And I got bailed out by Cal Poly only winning by 1. So
yeah, no, big pickup for you. That's good.
But we don't apologize for winning. That's the other thing. That's the other thing we don't do around here. We don't apologize for winning.
Doesn't matter if it's 1 or 1 million. A win's a win. A point's a point.
Yeah, they all count. They all count exactly the same.
Yep.
So I guess should we go into the schools that we want to learn about for today?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited.
This one's a fun one
it is.
from what I've looked at with both of them.
It is. There's some great there. Some of the we love to talk about famous alumni from these schools. One of these schools has some famous alumni that really touch my heart and is a big part of my personality, and I'm really excited to talk about them.
Cal State or Fullerton or Northridge.
Fullerton.
Okay, that's probably a better one. That one would probably make a little more sense.
Yeah.
So I guess we might as well dive in. Cal State Fullerton, the Titans. Titans located obviously in Fullerton, California. I learned that their mascot was the elephant because they had the first intercollegiate elephant race in human history.
Wow. That sounds like something out of Animal House, like a prank at a frat or something. Somebody just brought an elephant and they're like, yeah, we're gonna race it.
I want to know how all these elephants ended up in Fullerton, California.
Right, that's crazy.
So there were 10,000 spectators and 15 pachyderms.
Jeez. Okay, so Lancer Joust, take note. If they can get 10,000 people at an elephant race and you can only get just shy of 200 people at your basketball game, you're doing something wrong.
Although who wouldn't want to watch just 15 elephants? I don't even know. Were they actually running?
I don't know. If we could teach them to play basketball, I bet the Lancer Joust would do better.
Well, I was looking at that. I was trying to figure out if there were any other elephant races, and I was like, there probably also were then during like the Romans with like Hannibal.
Oh yeah.
although he was running them to take over territory.
Right.
Also, their mascot's name is Tuffy.
Tuffy. Yeah.
Tuffy the Titan.
What's their hashtag on their social media? Is it Tusks Up?
It's Tusks Up, brother.
Okay. Because
for a moment,
yeah, I misread it. I thought it said Tusks Out, and I was like, that's too close to something else. Yeah, I was like,
oh no,
there are children out here. So, but no, we're Tusks. Tusks Up. I don't.
Tusks Up for the boys.
I don't know if they have a cool hand signal like the Zot.
Like you see her. Yes. Yeah. Together we Zot.
Zot.
Some famous alumni I noticed from from Fullerton. Kevin Costner.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably the big one.
Yeah, he got a business degree.
How about that? I wouldn't have thought Kevin Costner with business.
Yeah.
Although he wasn't he. What was the movie? Oh, wasn't he the bodyguard in the Whitney Houston movie?
That I don't actually know. What was Kevin Costner's famous movies?
Also, while he's looking that up, I remember this from Breaking Bad that the character Saul Goodman said that he once convinced a woman that he was Kevin Costner, and he said, and it worked because I believed it. Which, so what movies was Kevin Costner in?
I'm looking at this. We got The Highwaymen. That's cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Criminal. I don't know who he played in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice.
I can work on that.
He's in Jack Ryan, Mr. Books, The Guardian. Yeah. Oh, The Guardian. That's the movie about the Coast Guard.
Yeah,
search and rescue stuff. That's a pretty good movie.
So let's see some other famous alumni that I saw. Gwen Stefani.
Yes.
Gwen Stefani, also of No Doubt fame.
Yep. That was my big thing, was Gwen Stefani and No Doubt, and another ska punk idol from Fullerton is Monique Powell. She is the lead singer of Save Ferris, so when we were in marching band, our freshman year, our first day inside, our band director's like, yeah, we're gonna play this song. It's Come On Eileen. And he's like, but it's not the original. We're gonna play it like Save Ferris because we want it to be punchier. I was like, I've never heard of that band. So we play it. I love it. I go home and I listen to it. And Ryan knows how much I love ska music, and Save Ferris was the
Indeed.
band that like really opened that up for me. It like opened up my mind to ska music, and knowing that Monique Powell and Gwen Stefani, who was in No Doubt, which is a ska punk band, awesome. I love all the representation from there.
I'm a big fan of this is no doubt one of their bigger songs, Just a Girl.
Just a Girl, Spiderwebs. I love the playlist at my workplace has Spiderwebs on it, and so every time it comes on, I'm just like jamming out to it.
So let's see, another famous alumni, Bruce Bowen, 3-time NBA champion with the San Antonio Spurs.
Heyo.
So far the most famous basketball alumni we found.
That's good.
Also Brian Shaw, who was in the NBA for a while. Who else? Gabe Kapler, the manager who used to be of the Giants. I think he might still be of the Giants. The current lead singer of Queen, Adam Lambert.
Okay.
And the person who should have won American Idol came in second. And someone for you, Justin Turner.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you have any other big name alumni who are in this school?
No, I didn't even see Justin Turner there, so that's crazy. Really great ball player. Hope he's doing great at Boston. No, I was just geeking out really over Monique Powell and Gwen Stefani. A lot of the ska music that I like and that really started the third wave, the ska punk genre, came from Southern California. So I haven't looked to make sure to see if any others went to Big West schools, but I know there's a lot of people from the LA area who were members of really big bands.
You're also a real big Fish guy.
Yeah, Aaron Barrett, those guys are from LA too. I think.
Real big Fish, of course, who also did the soundtrack for Basketball.
Yeah. And they also did the soundtrack for the Wild Thornberrys movie.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I have some history with the Wild Thornberrys.
Right.
Also, the other thing I had on Cal State Fullerton too is that they were the first college in Orange County to have a Greek system.
Really?
Yeah. How about that? Do you want to get into the basketball side of Cal State Fullerton?
Yeah.
So their head coach is Dedrick Taylor. In his 11th season, this is his first run at a major school as the head coach. He was an assistant at Arizona State and at Nevada before this.
Mm-hmm.
Best season in the history of the program is 1978. They went to the Elite Eight and lost to Arkansas.
An Elite Eight run? That's crazy, though.
Most recently, they've been to the tournament is 2002. So it's been a minute for the Titans. They lost to Duke.
Don't we all?
No shame in that.
Right. Very easy team to lose to, that's for sure.
Yes. Most recently, let's see. Oh yeah, I just did that. Four tournament appearances total. Won the regular season twice. Some other stuff I looked at. So they play in Titan Gym. They got giant orange palm trees on the middle of their floor.
Nice.
Yeah, you have to look at them because they are enormous. Which is kind of what I was looking for, because I remember I think it's FAU. I think it's FAU that has FAU or FIU that has the giant ocean wave in the middle of the court.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, yeah, I'm looking at a picture of them right now.
They're big, aren't they?
Yeah, the Titans at midcourt almost goes from like 3-point line to 3-point line. It's massive.
You got big Titans.
Yep.
So let's see.
Yeah,
they basically
wasn't Dedrick Taylor also an assistant at Portland State?
Oh yes, that's right. So
Yeah.
we took one of them to hopefully take them down.
Yep. And now they're taking out their anger on us.
It's because we took their top assistant. That's why.
Yeah. He used to when he was a player, he played at UC Davis too. So he's familiar with the Big West.
He's coming home. So let's see. They have basically an entirely new team in that they only have like 5 returning players. Their biggest transfer is, let's see, Donovan O'Day, who transferred in from McNeese State. I'm not sure where McNeese State is. I think it might be Louisiana.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's in some. I remember that because they usually play LSU in football.
And then usually get smoked.
Yeah.
So let's see. They are currently 1-3, so not ideal for the start. A start for the Titans. They got 3 big away games coming up, which in the non-conference, which they go to Nebraska.
Wow.
Which feels winnable because Nebraska's like no good at basketball.
No, I think Nebraska's also got a drought of like a very long time without any postseason action.
I think they're like one of the schools where they have like almost like none.
Yeah.
Let's see. They also they are at Pepperdine and at Boise State are the other 2 big ones.
Nice.
So notable players that I took up: Max Jones, Grayson Carper, DJ Bruton, and Vincent Lee. The other notes that I made about that, they have 10 players that play regularly, which is probably a good thing. They at least have a little bit of depth. The only problem is right now they need to make more shots, which making shots kind of fixes everything.
Right.
Anything else that you would have of note on our Titans?
No, I think that was. I couldn't really find like. I try to pick out what each school is known for, like degree wise or major wise. Fullerton just seems like an all around school, kind of like a jack of all trades. You're going to get a good education no matter what you choose. A lot of people are going into business. A lot of people are going into psychology. A lot of people are going into engineering. So you're not missing anything if you go into one of those majors. But unlike Cal Poly with the wine and viticulture program, unlike when we talk about Northridge and their film school, there's not really like a standout that I found, at least. You feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, please. I want to make sure we get the right information out. But so far in my search, there's not a standout program.
That's the other thing I've noticed about a lot of these schools too. They're all like pretty good academic schools.
Yeah, no, very, very good. Cal State, like the collective California State Universities, is doing a good job of giving out some really good educations to the people of California and beyond.
Which is also a good sign because the next school that we're going to look at is also probably a very highly rated educational facility, and that is Cal State Northridge, the Matadors.
Yeah, like I just said, they have a really good film school. So Hollywood News or some Hollywood newspaper or magazine turned out a list of the 25 top film schools in the country, and Northridge made the cut at number 24.
Oh, geez, that's pretty good.
Yeah, famous alumni from movie and TVs that I found: Paula Abdul.
Yeah, I had Paula Abdul, American Idol.
Yeah, Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger in the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss, there's another good one.
Yeah, he was in a bunch of movies, a lot of Spielberg movies. Again, he was in Jaws. He was in Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I had a couple other good ones who were on this too. Comedian Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
Who had a not very good end to his life. Cheech. Which also I thought that one was just kind of funny more than anything.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Eva Longoria, who was in Desperate Housewives.
Mm-hmm.
John Dens, which I don't know why I keep bringing up stuff with the Doors. I also like the Doors in general, but John Densmore, the drummer for the Doors.
Nice.
Flojo, who was in the Olympics.
Okay, we got some Olympians in there.
The other fun one I had too is Lucille Ball, who was an assistant professor in 1979.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so Lucy. It'd also be weird having Lucy as your professor.
Yeah.
So some other stuff I had here too is it's located in LA, obviously. It is the second largest undergraduate population in the California State University system.
Wow.
So a lot of folks going to Northridge.
A lot of matadors out there.
Yeah, a lot of doors.
I wonder if that's how they came up with the name for the band, the Doors. They're like, well, my mascot was the Matadors.
It makes sense because I mean, two members of the Doors at least are from California. The other thing I included in here too is that, or how much like people go there is they had an estimated $1.9 billion of economic output from Cal State Northridge graduates.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
I can't even picture $1.9 billion.
No, that's
not even what it looks like.
No, that's crazy. Honestly, so like I thought about going to film school at one point. I wonder how hard it is to get into CSU Northridge.
Oh, it's got to be. I would imagine it's probably hard.
Yeah, but turning out money like that and being one of the top film schools in the country. You know, there are some other schools on that list that I had no clue that they were film schools at all. You know who was number 15?
Who's that?
Florida State.
What are they filming at Florida State?
Yep. Number 10 was the University of Texas at Austin.
What are they filming there?
I don't know. I think Texas at Austin, it might just be because of
South by Southwest.
Well, I'm drawing a blank on that.
Oh, that's music.
All right.
Oh, McConaughey.
Yeah. So I think he's one of the like funders of that program. They have a really good like TV and movie program, and most of the other ones are either in New York or in LA. We've got UCLA, USC is number 3, and NYU is number 1.
Isn't it like every celebrity goes to USC?
Something
like every
that.
Like young celebrity goes to USC.
Yeah, Will Ferrell went there.
I saw like the most recent one was like I think like Olivia Rodrigo was at like a USC football game.
Yeah, I saw that too.
The other thing that I thought was interesting to talk about involving Cal State Northridge, can't really mention like California schools, but it didn't take long before this came up. There was a pretty major earthquake that affected Northridge in 1994.
Wow.
So it caused about $400 million in damage. It was a magnitude 6.7, and that was considered. I guess it was rated as violent.
I wonder what the cutoff for violent is in earthquakes.
You ever been in an earthquake before?
Once, actually. We don't get a whole lot in Kentucky, but what a lot of people don't know is that Kentucky sits on a pretty old fault line too. Not as active as the San Andreas Fault, but when I was in middle school, I got up one morning for school. I was getting ready for school, and the house just started shaking. And turns out I can't remember. Like it wasn't very big. Like nothing fell off the counter and broke or anything. I don't believe there was structural damage to the house, but you could definitely feel it.
Did they say that fault line is overdue to
probably
move again?
Probably something scary like that.
Yeah, that was the one thing I never like even thought about. There was another just fault line in the middle of the United States.
Yep.
So let's see it. Cal State Northridge. This earthquake caused damage to all 58 buildings on the campus. Like
wow.
they were all considered to have like significant damage.
Jeez, that's a insurance adjuster's worst nightmare.
It happened at 4:30 in the morning. How about that?
Yeah. Did it? Do we know what like month it happened?
It was January 17th in 1994. So we're coming
Okay.
up to the 30th anniversary of it.
That's not too bad. At least there weren't any people that got woken up or disturbed during like studying for midterms or finals. That's pretty early on in that semester.
You see, I always thought like for some reason when they show videos of the one that happened in San Francisco during the 1980s, they had like this one of somebody giving like a lecture in the middle of or it was like clearly like at a college campus. I thought that was Cal State Northridge. No, it turns out it wasn't.
Wow.
Also, the earthquake lasted 10 to 20 seconds. I can't imagine how like long that actually is when you notice that the earth is shaking.
Yeah, like that's wild. Yeah, because at that point, every second would probably feel like a minute. Like I don't know what I would do in that situation. I think the one that I noticed when I was in middle school only lasted like just a handful of seconds.
Yeah, we never had anything like that ever happen. At least with my own school, mainly because we never had to worry about it. We never had earthquake drills either, which I thought was interesting. Do we want to get into the basketball of our friends at Cal State Northridge?
Yeah.
All right, so their head coach is Andy Newman. He's in his first season as the head coach.
He's the figurative and literal new man.
He is a new man, figuratively and literally. This connects the two together. He used to be at Cal State Fullerton.
Nice.
He was an assistant. They have two best seasons, I think. I listed 2001. I was more concerned about other things in 2001. Thank you. And 2009, they made the NCAA tournament.
Mm.
That also was their last tournament appearance, which was a loss to Memphis. And their head coach, John Calipari.
Wow.
I don't know if John Calipari went on to do anything important.
Well, sometimes it feels like he's not doing anything important now.
Well, that's a conversation for another show, brother.
Yeah, I know. We UK holding on, but going into overtime with the likes of who are we even playing?
St. Joseph's.
St. Joseph. I almost said St. Thomas.
St. Joseph's, I believe, somewhere in Pennsylvania. I forget where it is.
Yeah. So going to overtime with teams like that shouldn't be a thing, but it is, and they got the win. I guess that's good.
Oh, I figured that's where it was. It's in Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Yep.
It's in Lower Merion, which Lower Merion also produced one Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
So, Cal State Northridge has mostly a pretty new team, I would say. Which for them, they only have four returning players.
That's the opposite of some of these other teams where they only got like 3 freshmen. Most are juniors and seniors.
They have 3 main transfers that I wanted to talk about. One is Gianni Hunt. It's a good name. More so just a fun first name to say. Sacramento State. Jared Barnett from San Diego State. He's been playing pretty well, I would say. Mainly because he's had to come in pretty much right off the bat. And Jordan Brinson from Fresno State. With that said, they are, like I said before, they are currently at 3-1. They only have about 2 more non-conference games left that are of major importance, which is at Pacific, which you and I know somebody who went to Pacific.
Oh, yeah. Was it Caitlin?
Indeed.
Okay. Yeah, did she go there or was she the band director there?
I believe I think she might have been director there.
Okay.
And at UCLA.
Wow. Okay. Another When do they play UC? Oh, in
in
December.
yeah.
Yeah, so watch out for that. That's another opportunity for us to get a major upset.
Yeah, UCLA has a beautiful campus, by the way.
I bet.
I remember driving through it, and it's like it was a place where I was just like, I don't think I would ever leave. Probably the same for these other campuses too, honestly, all these like Southern California ones.
Yeah, no, we got eventually support us. That way one of these days we can take the show on the road and we'll do like a college game day and we'll go to each campus and
Ball day.
Yeah, we'll have live shows.
Yes. The other one they had, which I marked on here, was a loss at Stanford.
Okay.
Not quite what we want to see, but you got to make it work one way or the other. Yeah. The other thing I noticed about this, about I think it was Northridge too. It was either Northridge or Fullerton. They both had astronauts too, because of course.
That's crazy. Oh, the amount of astronauts coming out of these California schools. So if you're watching this and you want to be an astronaut one day, you can do it. There's tons of schools out there with people who have done it, and so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to as well. Think about the Big West. They got good basketball, they got good campuses, and they produce a lot of astronauts.
Oh, yeah, the astronaut, I had him in here, but I was trying to remember what he did. Scott Horowitz is his name.
Okay.
He went on 4 space shuttle missions.
Wow, that's crazy.
But yeah, that's also, if you're in space and watching this, feel free to subscribe.
Right.
So let's see. Realistically, for Cal State Northridge, at least from what I've seen, they're about 8 to 9 deep, which usually about the rotation that you want to have at a school of this size is about 8 to 9. They're notable players. I had Deshaun Allen Ikens, Deontay Bostic, and Jared Barnett. Those are the 3 biggies that I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you would agree. They're probably, if they can do anything, and which Cal State Northridge looking good right now, those 3 guys are going to have to lead the way.
Yes, I agree. I'm trying to pull up.
Also, so Horowitz earned, he got his degree in 1974 from Cal State Northridge.
Oh, nice.
Before he had to go to before he went to some school called Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Bostic's done great. He's scored 20 points in the last 2 games.
Who were their last 2 games against?
Life Pacific and Chicago State.
Life Pacific. Where's I gotta know where Life Pacific is.
Right.
Chicago State, I have a pretty good idea of where that is. So Life Pacific is in San Dimas, California.
San Dimas.
I don't know. That still doesn't help me know where it is.
Is that is San Dimas the town that Bill and Ted are from in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
I'm not sure. Oh, okay. It's not far from. It's like toward Los Angeles. It's right near Rancho Cucamonga.
I love that name. California's got such funny names. Rancho Cucamonga, San Dimas, San Luis Obispo.
There's a tag team of wrestlers that are from Rancho Cucamonga that are billed as from Rancho Cucamonga, California. And there's the Young Bucks, which actually, I actually do want to know like how some of these town names happened. The other thing I noticed too is that around California a lot, there's like giant like stone things that spell out the first letter of the town, which I think was kind of cool.
Oh, cool.
Because I think I remember driving past Rancho Cucamonga and seeing an RC. I was like, oh, okay, that's what those 2 letters mean.
That's neat. And yes, to answer my question earlier, Bill and Ted was not filmed in San Dimas, but it takes place in San Dimas. They go to San Dimas High School.
Oh, there we go.
It says, but the film was actually filmed in Phoenix.
I wonder where like a show like speaking of high school, I wonder where like a show like Saved by the Bell was.
I'm not sure.
I feel like that's probably a California school too.
Yeah, there's another. God, what is that movie about the caveman?
Where's so Bayside was the high school. That kind of doesn't really help things.
Yeah, have you seen the movie Encino Man?
I have not.
So it also takes place in California, in Encino, California. I think is just around LA as well. It's about this caveman that they like is frozen in time or whatever.
Yeah.
From the Ice Age, and they thaw him out, and then it's been a while since I've seen it, but somehow, some way, this caveman has to go to high school at Encino High School. It's hilarious.
Like caveman Billy Madison.
Yeah, he becomes like the class president and stuff like that.
World.
Yeah, no, it's a great movie. Check out Encino Man.
Okay, so also Saved by the Bell apparently is at Palisade in Pacific Palisades, California.
Okay.
Which I guess is up by San Francisco. The other one, when I was walking through Hollywood, I noticed that there's just a Hollywood high school.
God, I can't imagine being the preppy kid at a Hollywood high school. That's too much.
Also,
too much stereotype right there.
Also, imagine just getting to say the high school you went to Hollywood.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which also, not surprisingly, is in the neighborhood of Hollywood.
Yeah, when I go on vacation to these beach towns and I see like high schools at the beach, I'm like, man, I wish I didn't go to high school like in the middle of some city somewhere, and I got to go to a high school on the beach or something. Like I drove through Pensacola. Pensacola High School's got a pedestrian walkway to the beach from class, and I'm like, bro.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, do they have problems with kids skipping to go to the beach? Probably.
You're a Gulf Coast beach boy, right?
Yeah, that's most of the time where we go. I mean, I've been to like the Outer Banks in North Carolina and stuff, but that's pretty much the only Atlantic experience I have.
The main beaches that I've been to are basically all like on the Atlantic Ocean, which are all like Delaware.
Mm-hmm.
Dewey Beach, Rehoboth Beach, Ocean City. They also have a decent minor league team there, the Delmarva Shorebirds.
I love that. I think the Pensacola's minor league baseball team was either the Marlins or like the Sailfish or something like that. It was pretty cool.
The Sailfish would be just an awesome name. So with that said, do we want to go into the conference preview, or do we want to save that for last?
No, I think conference preview is good.
So yeah, I guess we should look at preview. I guess the season ahead. That was the fun thing of when I was updating this calendar that we look at for these. Seeing some of the bigger games that are coming up, which there will be a few. Next week, at least we have some big ones with a lot. They're back home. A lot of games are back home. A lot of the Feast Week tournaments are done with. I'll start with a game that at least I think could be interesting. Cal State Fullerton at Nebraska. Nebraska is traditionally not good at basketball, but let's see if Cal State Fullerton see what they can bring to the Huskers.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good game to watch, and it's one of those with a maybe not a over 50% shot at a out of conference upset, but one of the better opportunities they have for an out of conference upset.
Nebraska might not be too bad right now. I believe they're 4-0.
Okay, well,
there's time. They might have to play some tougher teams,
right,
like Fullerton.
Yeah, if you're sticking around for next Tuesday, Bakersfield takes on Gonzaga.
Yeah, that one's going to be a tough one. up to the kennel.
Yeah. Gonzaga's got a loss. Who'd they lose? Oh, Purdue. Yep. Purdue's number
Yeah,
2.
they played that 7'5" person who can't beat Fairleigh Dickinson. For me, for this is going to be a more local one for me. UC Irvine is walking into Duquesne.
Okay, that'll be nice.
So they make the fun trip up to. Hopefully, they enjoy the cold that is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, take the incline to the game.
Actually, they won't need to take the incline. Actually, they'll have to cross the Allegheny River.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing is you have a trip to go there. Go up the incline.
Yeah, coming up in March. That's my birthday. I'm a big hockey fan when I'm not talking about the Big West, and so Ryan and I are both Penguins fans, and so I'm planning on going to see the Penguins play in March.
Actually, yeah, that'll be your first trip to see them in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that'll be my first trip to Pittsburgh.
It's a beautiful city.
Yep, closest I've been so far is Erie, Pennsylvania.
Which is Erie, pretty much the polar opposite of the places that we're talking about right now.
Yep.
They other big beaches.
Just
they do. They're just Great Lakes beaches.
Yeah, Lake Erie stuff.
Yes, love Lake Erie.
Ryan's
some say the
me.
Best of the Great Lakes.
Right. Yeah. Ryan's always warning me about how I'm not supposed to eat anything that comes out of Lake Erie.
Apparently, you can now.
There you go. Things are on the up and up for them.
Shout out pollution. Don't pollute, kids. Other big games that I see on the schedule. UC Davis is at Oregon State.
Okay.
You got to take down the Beavs.
Yeah. This game looks good. It is tonight. So the time that you're probably seeing this video is not going to be tonight. I don't know if we can get it uploaded tonight. I'm going to try my best. But this is Tuesday, November 21st. And tonight at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time, Pepperdine takes on UC Irvine in the Ball Dogs Classic.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, so that's going to be a good game. Hopefully you're watching without us telling you, but definitely next episode we're going to recap that game. So, or at least share a few pointers of it if it's good or not. Hopefully UC Irvine
can take down the dogs.
Pepperdine. Pepperdine's already got one loss to a Big West team in UC Davis. So let's hope to keep that ball rolling.
And make Gonzaga's route easier in the WAC or whatever conference that they're in.
I think it's the WCC, the West Coast Conference.
Oh, the WCC. Sorry to our listeners in the WAC.
Yep. It's the they have the opportunity to do one of the funniest things and make like a CW, but backwards, the WC.
They're the flying C. What are some other good games that here? UC San Diego gets to go up to Washington. And
nice.
Yeah, so
okay.
Washington is weird because for some reason they have like all kinds of like ridiculously good basketball talent, but then never make the NCAA tournament. Which is shocking to me.
Really, yeah.
Washington is currently they appear to be at least 3-1, it looks like. Or 3-2, I guess. Their most recent game was a 3-point loss to San Diego State. San Diego State, who I believe was in the national championship last year.
Yep. A lot of good things for the people in San Diego. They got San Diego State. They got UC San Diego now, which is 4-0. So happy about that. And I think this is their last year of being in the doghouse with the NCAA. I think next year they're actually able to participate in the postseason.
That's still a very stupid rule that you have to sit out for whatever it is, like 2 or 3 years.
Yep.
The NCAA famous for hating fun.
Yep. But they're at the end of their dues, so hopefully next year they can take this momentum and go forward.
But I noticed this just from looking at Washington. They've played 2 Kentucky schools.
Okay.
Bellarmine and NKU.
Oh no.
NKU gave him a better game than Bellarmine did.
Of course they did. I think Bellarmine gave Louisville one of its 2 wins.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's great. No, Louisville's awful, god awful.
They
but
stink.
Somehow they were able to give Texas all it could handle, and Texas had to basically hit a buzzer beater.
One on
with
a buzzer beater.
Yeah, 0.4 seconds left to beat Louisville of all teams. Jeez.
Let's see. 2 other games that I'm looking at for next week. Both on this November 30th. Get out the popcorn, folks, because there's those 3 big games that we're looking at. So there's the game with Oregon State with UC Davis. We have Hawaii. Hawaii makes a trip back to the States or to the mainland, I guess, to play Utah.
Oh, okay.
And then another one that I used to see that's pretty interesting, UC Riverside makes the short trip over to UCLA.
Nice. So some of those games might even be on primetime or at least on TV where you can catch them on the big screen.
They'll definitely be on at least easier to find television.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's good. I haven't seen Utah play this year, so that they sound beatable. I don't know about UCLA, but
Utah was also I believe the first game that after we started this, that I think it might have been the first major team that they played. The first major first Power 5 game since we started this. It was UC Riverside against Utah. Things didn't go very well for the folks at UC Riverside.
Nope.
Some other games that we have going on. You got to mention some home games in here. San Diego State visits UC San Diego. The true battle for San Diego. That's what some people say.
Yeah. No, I mean, it would make sense. San Diego or UC San Diego has already beaten San Diego. So the only team left standing is San Diego State for dominance, for Diego dominance.
You know, San Diego doesn't have like an actual like true basketball arena.
Really?
It's just San Diego State is the largest one.
Mm.
Which I guess isn't really surprising, but I thought they would have had somewhere else they would do like concerts or something. Although if you lived in San Diego, you're probably going to be outside all the time anyway. Some other good home games that we have up here. This one will just be interesting just because North Dakota is coming to Cal State Fullerton.
Oh boy.
What's North Dakota's mascot? North Dakota State's the Bison. I know that.
Yeah. North Dakota, I think, is I don't know, they're a big hockey school too. They love to they have a really good rivalry with Minnesota.
They're the Fighting Hawks.
Yeah.
I forgot because they wear just the green and white.
Yeah, very good logo that they got going on, very good uniforms.
It's interesting because also we have some other tournaments that are coming up this week. Long Beach State is at the Gulf Coast Classic, or Gulf Coast Showcase, I should say. That is where they lost to who was it that Long Beach State lost to? Illinois State. That's right. So they will have. It's pretty big tournament at least from what I see. It's an eight team tournament.
I got to check this one out. So CSU Bakersfield is in the SoCal Challenge, but they're in the sand division. I got to figure out what other divisions they have.
Sand?
I don't know. They're in the sand division. They're playing Tarleton State tomorrow. That's November 22nd at 5 p.m. Eastern.
They're supposed to play them. They're supposed to play them or Austin. They're supposed to play them or Austin P.
Yeah.
Go P.
SoCal Challenge.
The SoCal Challenge.
I gotta figure out what is other than the sand. Okay, so the there's two divisions. There's the surf and the sand. That makes more sense. In the
Is
surf
Hawaii in
division,
it?
so we got Tulane.
Okay.
I assume that's Brown. Cal and UTEP in surf. And in sand, we have, Austin P, Tarleton State, Bakersfield, and Sacramento State.
Oh my God. The Gulf Coast Showcase doesn't have anything fun like that. They just have they have consolation games, and then they have consolation games, semifinals, third place game. Long Beach State has their fifth place game against appears to be the Ragin' Cajuns.
Nice.
That one features Iona, High Point. I don't know where High Point is. Oh, it's North Carolina. Illinois State, Louisiana. Wright State is in. That's right. It's in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Hofstra, which is Long Island, New York, and Buffalo.
Nice.
How some of these places ended up in the Gulf Coast when there's no schools that are there that are in the Gulf Coast.
I get it. Some of these schools, I'm like, they need a beach vacation. Just take them to the Gulf Coast, take them to SoCal. Because and the SoCal one was the Texas at El Paso. They definitely need a beach vacation.
Is the best one the only like really good one of those tournaments to go to the Maui Invitational?
Probably.
Which is a shame because like Hawaii's not even in it.
Yeah.
It's
I wish I was rich enough to get tickets to when UK goes to the Bahamas.
Oh, I wish I had that too. That's right. Because the only Hawaii school that's allowed to go in it is Chaminade.
Jeez.
And occasionally Chaminade, a D2 school, like knocks off like a really good one. But most famously, Chaminade defeated number 1 Virginia in like the 1970s.
Okay, good for them. Good for them.
And one of the best players of all time, Ralph Sampson.
Wow.
So with that, do we want to do some picks?
Yeah, I think we got 2 more segments left. We're gonna do some picks, and then super informal, since it's our Thanksgiving episode. After our picks, we're going to talk about what every team should be thankful for. What picks do you got for me this week?
I was gonna think you should start because I started the last time.
Okay, I can definitely do that. Let me see what games we got going on.
Do we want to stick with the road in a way, or do we want to include some of these neutrals in here?
I can do road and away. Give me. Is there a specific week to stay in this time?
It's up to you. You can either go from. We're recording this on a Tuesday, November 21st. So I'd say probably anytime after that.
Okay.
Into next week, that is.
So I'm going with a Bulldogs Classic game. Give me, I don't know if that's the home and home. It's in Nevada. It's close enough. Give me UC Irvine over Rice. That game is on Friday, November 24th. They have 2 games in between that. They have one tonight at 8:45 p.m. against Pepperdine, like we talked about. And then they have one tomorrow. So they got back-to-backs. They get a day off, and then they go play Rice. Tomorrow they got to play Toledo.
I do like the sound of that. The Rockets.
Yes, but give me UC Irvine over Rice as my first pick.
I am going to stay in this. I'm going to pick a game on Black Friday.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick one of the schools that we just talked about, which is give me Cal State Northridge over Mississippi Valley State. Main reason, Mississippi, Northridge is good. Mississippi Valley State, we're not playing them in football, so Jerry Rice isn't walking through that door anytime soon. So with that said, I think that's going to be a good time for the Matadors to show what they got.
Nice. Yeah, okay. Going with an away game here. This is a true away game. Yes, it is. It's in Bozeman, Montana. So going with the yo-yo pattern that Long Beach State is going in, they won today, the 21st. They did beat Iona, 80-76. They got to play, like Ryan said earlier, Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns. Give me, or no, it's today. Yeah, today's the 21st. Sunday, November 26th. Give me Long Beach State over Montana State. Another big battle.
I like the sound of that.
Another big battle of the states.
Another big Valley of the States. The other one I'm going to go with, I'm going to ride the hot hand and ride a very hot hand right now. Give me the University of San Diego. Give me the Tritons over Seattle. We can't beat Portland.
Wow.
As we can't beat Portland right now. Maybe we can beat another school in the Pacific Northwest in a very large city.
Yep.
So give me the Tritons over Seattle.
Honestly, I love that. I love the gumption there. That would be another huge upset for us, at least maybe not in numbers, but in conference standing. You know, Pac-12 definitely a Power 5 conference, and the more teams that we can upset in the Pac-12 or the Big Ten, like Long Beach State over Michigan, more recognition that we'll get. I love that pick because I love UC San Diego. I love what they've done, and I definitely think that they can get that upset.
I don't know if it'll be an upset. Seattle is in the WAC.
Oh, I was thinking Washington. I don't know why.
As much as I love them,
they're both in Seattle.
Washington does like stink at basketball, but that's
they're both in Seattle, so whatever.
Who's counting?
But my point still stands. But yeah, no, I still love the UC San Diego.
I think we'll get another up. I think we'll get another upset in here too.
Yeah.
So the picks, they will be put out on the Instagram as soon as this episode loads, by the way. So if you ride with us or fade us, you can look for that to go with.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. Here probably in the next episode or two, we'll check back in with who's leading the conference in odds, who's going to win the conference and stuff. But right before we get to conference play,
which we have some time for conference play because they start like right toward the end of December.
End of December. Okay, yeah, we got some time then.
Definitely do.
I think last segment of the day, we're going to wrap up here soon. But do you have any ideas what these schools in this conference should be thankful for now that it's our Thanksgiving episode, Ryan?
Well, there's always a lot to be thankful for. Cal State Bakersfield. I'll start with our boys, my guys over at Cal State Bakersfield. Be thankful for Caleb Higgins, first of all.
Honestly, I'm not even joking. I had the same thing written down.
If he is not an all-conference player, I will be like very surprised because he is awesome. All-time player. Let's just get the love out for Caleb Higgins.
Yeah. Yeah, eventually we'll have to put it into one of our shows. We'll do a segment and me and Ryan will build our own, like, who do we think is all conference players and build like a team of who we think would be unbeatable in the conference.
Absolutely. Who do you have as something to be thankful for?
Yeah, Cal Poly, got to be thankful for grapes and wine. Like we talked about last episode, big in the wine scene. I think they especially after some tough losses, they might need to partake a little bit.
Responsibly, of course.
Responsibly.
I was going to say they also should be thankful for having like a very beautiful campus.
Yes, that's good.
Right now, I'll go with UC Santa Barbara. They should be definitely should be thankful for Ole, because right now the
Yes.
basketball hasn't been great, but you know what? Things are gonna turn around. Things are gonna turn around for the Gauchos, especially when you're playing in the Thunderdome. You never know what's gonna
Yep.
happen.
And Ole's gonna have a front row seat to it all, baby.
Yes, he's like Purdue. He's like Purdue Pete, minus him being except
Yeah.
he's a lot less creepy.
Yeah. My next one, I have Fullerton should be thankful for ska music. I'm thankful for ska music, and they got a lot of good alumni coming in making some good tunes. If you don't know what ska music is, please look it up. It's great. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what it is. That's for you to explore. All I can tell you is that it predates reggae, and I'll fight anybody on that.
I will go to UC San Diego. You should be thankful for your 4-0 UC San Diego Tritons.
Yep.
You guys are looking good. Ignore the fact that if you can make the tournament or not. Celebrate the fact that you are at the top of the mountain right now.
Yep.
And hopefully with a chance to put some silverware up too.
Yep. They got some really good teams. They got UC San Diego. They're getting a new MLS team. I know it's kind of a sore subject with people who are San Diego loyal fans, but
I don't acknowledge the MLS team.
Yeah, but lots of things to look forward to, especially in basketball for San Diego.
They stole the USL team.
Pretty much.
Who do you want to go with next?
Let's see. I think let me go with Irvine. I think they should be thankful for Bent Lupton's play, that he's shown up in these big games because they need somebody to, and he's a major factor in them getting some of the wins that they have.
I like the sound of that. I'm gonna go with UC. Go to UC Davis. UC Davis one should be thankful for a solid 3-0 record. Definitely also looks like no signs of really slowing down. And especially for our guy with giant arms, Elijah Pepper. He's electric
himself.
The Pepper Man, yes.
What is there not to be thankful of in Hawaii? They got tons of stuff.
It's hard to find.
Sometimes it feels like too much. Sometimes they have too much tourism, and it kind of hurts them in ways. But the state of Hawaii is so beautiful. I hope to get there one day. A lot of good things are made there. Macadamia nuts. I love Dole pineapple stuff, like Dole whips and all that good stuff. And I think Hawaii should be thankful that they're 2-0 after waiting so long to start playing. Some of these teams have already played, 4 or 5 games, and Hawaii's sitting at 2-0. So they got some catching up to do, but so far in the games they have played, they've shown some really good strides.
Definitely the stuff that we like to see. The other one of the other ones I'll take Long Beach State. Long Beach State always has some good stuff to be thankful for. One of the best nickname for a baseball team ever, the Dirtbags. Mm-hmm. Some pretty big wins, especially one over Michigan. Be thankful for Marcus Shahonas for his Player of the Week performance. Long Beach State just ride the wave. Pardon the beach pun.
I think the last one I had was Northridge. I think Northridge should be thankful for their amazing students. Like you said, they have one of the largest student groups in all of the California State universities. A lot of matadors out there. And got to be thankful for movies too. That film school, I had no clue that they had such an elite film school ranked in the top 25. So coming from our little Big West, little Northridge, California, that's awesome. People are making art out there. They're telling stories. They got big stories to tell.
So one other one, I guess last but certainly not least, I believe we haven't mentioned UC Riverside yet.
Yep, Riverside.
UC Riverside not doing great in terms of the basketball right now, but you know what? Always be thankful there's more time to turn things around. Also be happy because your campus being in Los Angeles is incredibly beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And the area that you're in is insanely beautiful.
Yep. I guess one thing to not be thankful for is the traffic, though. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Wednesday. Well, I guess the day this comes out, tomorrow. Tomorrow's not going to be fun, particularly if you are around Los Angeles and you have to drive. Because that driving makes me want to jump out a window.
Yep.
Anything else before we wrap up?
No, I think I'm stuffed. We talked a lot about some good
I see
stuff
what you
today.
did there.
Yeah, we're got a lot of good stuff coming up, and I'm excited for our next episode.
Do we want to give a little bit of a preview for the people of the schools we're going to look at?
Yes. So let me pull it up.
I have a feeling one of the schools is going to be the Big Island. Or the one that is only islands.
So, yes. So we've already done Long Beach. So if we're keeping on our alphabetical rhythm, we've got the University of Hawaii coming up.
Indeed.
And UC Davis.
I like the sound of UC Davis in Hawaii.
Yeah, they'll be. I'm excited to learn about those schools. I don't know much about Hawaii. So we'll figure some of that stuff, and we'll see what UC Davis has to offer.
Absolutely. Well, if there is nothing else, happy Thanksgiving, folks. Enjoy Feast Week. It is the best time of the college basketball calendar, besides March.
Yes. Yep. Enjoy your dinners. Enjoy your family. Eat a deviled egg for me. And we'll see you next time.
Anyway, enjoy the beach and enjoy the ball.